I've been a fan of heavy metal since I was a kid. When my dad got me into bands like Sabaton or Alice Cooper, and it took me long to got into stuff like Priest or Metallica. It's disappointing seeing how unfamiliar fans are with the power metal genre. When the '90s started, like heavy metal became untrendy. Like it wasn't cool to be into heavy metal. It wasn't cool to look metal, to wear like that sort of, you know, regalia, to have like leather jackets or fucking long curly hair, the bullet belts, all that stuff was like not trendy and not cool. But like that sort of music kind of lived on in Germany and Sweden, you know, with stuff like Hammerfall or Gamma Ray. A lot of these bands are like completely unknown in the US. I know people who haven't heard of Blind Guardian. I think Blind Guardian's pretty like quintessential to like the power metal genre. I feel like they're almost like a modern Queen in a way. They're always experimenting, trying different things, and their lead singer has like amazing vocals, some of the best vocals I think in heavy metal. I can't help but feel like rock music's like in really bad shape nowadays. It's rare to find like any really good bands, like newer good bands. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. You know, I'd love to be proven wrong, but most of the best stuff in rock and metal music I feel is being made in Europe. Like they're really showing us up over here. I wanted this video to be kind of like kind of similar to the last one, where I talk about a certain subject, and then I give some recommendations. I'd like to make like a mini documentary someday on power metal and its history. If you're new to this sort of stuff, you definitely want to start with Guardian, Gamma Ray, Helloween, and Hammerfall. Gamma Ray is sometimes seen as the German, like Iron Maiden, which I can't help but agree with. Helloween is kind of like the brother of Gamma Ray because of Kai Hansen, the lead singer of Gamma Ray, because of his involvement with both bands. Blind Guardian has an amazing album called Nightfall in Middle Earth. I would recommend starting with that. Like just out of every single band, just start with Nightfall and Middle Earth. It's a concept album based on the Silmarillion, I think it's called, by J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien. So if you're a fan of Tolkien and metal, this album is like perfect. It's a total treat. For Gamma Ray, you should start with No World Order. I feel it's their strongest release with a lot of memorable and really kick-ass songs. For Helloween, I would recommend Time the Oath. I think it's a kind of same thing, just a lot of great songs, memorable songs, a lot of catchy melodies, great choruses, and guitar riffs. Just a classic album. Hammerfall, I would recommend their debut, Glory to the Brave. Same thing, just a lot of classic, memorable songs. Like, I think Hammerfall was kind of the band that popularized the genre, the power metal genre. I think they're kind of like the first, like, power metal band. Like, I think that's when the label really caught on. So yeah, there you go. Those are sort of like the quintessential fucking power metal albums, I feel. I kind of like to see those guys as the big four, in a way. But I don't know. There might be better bands than those guys. I'd also recommend Tabula Rasa by Bloodbound. Bloodbound is an awesome band. They're extremely underrated. They're a power metal thing. I'm actually not sure if they're power metal. They might just be heavy metal. But they kind of sound a bit like power metal. They sound pretty close. Tabula Rasa is one of my favorite albums ever. I probably listened to it. I've listened to it more than any of these other albums I've listed. I probably should have recommended it first. Sabaton is a pretty important power metal band, like all these other bands. Carolus Rex, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Sweden. Great album, especially if you're into history. I think a lot of it's based on Swedish history, which is really cool. Nice little history lesson for you there. Listen to this stuff. Valkyrja is a band that might not be power metal at all. I think they're folk progressive metal technically, but they sound very close, very very close. And this album is just great, especially the last two songs, which are Pantera and an Iron Maiden cover. Like I love those songs so much that I think I might like them more than the original. But of course, everything else is great. Okay, Eclipse is also not power metal technically. They're just a heavy metal band, but they sound very close to power metal, and I would strongly recommend them. They're a little more cheesy than all these other bands, but they're still really good. Like the vocalist is fantastic. I would recommend Bleed and Scream. Really good album. Really awful album art. Stratovarius is another sort of essential power metal band. They're a band I really need to dig more into, I feel. But Infinite's a great album. I love the album cover so much. It gives me like Echo the Dolphin vibes. Iron Savior is great. They have an album called The Landing. I don't know what else to say about this album. The lyrics are a bit cheesy, but everything else is great. Great guitar riffs, nice clean vocals, like very powerful, like clean vocals. Firewind Alliance, another great album. Not sure what else to say. Just a solid album. Powerwolf is really cool. They've they've gotten pretty popular over the years. I'm happy to see. They're kind of like a gothic power metal band. They have a lot of like dark religious themes I like. So if you're into that sort of stuff, if you're a big fan of like Castlevania, you want a band with kind of a Castlevania like vibe to it, I would strongly recommend them. And of course, Yngwie Malmsteen, he pretty much created the power metal genre in a way. He's one of the most influential guitarists that nobody knows. Everybody loves and knows Jimi Hendrix, but nobody knows Yngwie, which is pretty disappointing. But Odyssey is a great album. You should definitely recommend. It's not technically power metal, whatever, but it's pretty close. And that's it. Like if you want more stuff to listen to, if you're not liking these albums, or you just need more, like you desperately need more, I'll throw some in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really love like music channels. Big fan of them. Like I don't see enough like channels focusing on heavy metal, at least that I like. Especially like on power metal. Nobody talks about this genre. I don't know why. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.